Alright, hey, HadesOmega here, and we're here at the solar panel power plant here for the HadesOmega solar power garage. And I haven't shot a video in a long time, but it is it's April now. It's springtime, and we've got a whole lot of sunlight. Let's check it out. Let's check the panels out, man. So if you remember, I installed another 3 panels during the fall time, pretty much when the sunlight was starting to die down pretty much. But yeah, there they are up there. It's rained a whole lot. They survived a lot of rain and a lot of high winds and stuff, so they're up there to stay, is what I'm gonna say. We've got about yeah, like 2 kilowatts worth of solar panel power. All right, so one thing I've noticed is that, yeah, we've hit a peak. The power curve is like plateaued, so that means that we're making more power than the controller can handle. All right, the charge controller. So let's go back in the garage. Okay, it's actually charging right now, but so the reason I wanted to make this video is to show you guys I finally found a setting that works for this freaking Growatt inverter, right? Growatt all-in-one inverter. So if you remember correctly from previous videos, I've been having a problem with the number 8 fault. All right, the bus voltage is too high. All right, so basically it sees that the voltage is too high, and then it freaks out, and then it stops. All right, so I intentionally let it charge like a whole lot today. All right, and I think we put in like maybe 10 kilowatts, more than 10 kilowatts right now. We're at like 27.4 volts. So I've got it set up so it will charge to 27.8 volts. All right, if we look here, I think it's number 19. And I'm using use 2. See, it says here use 2. Use 2 is the lithium iron phosphate, or lithium battery mode. All right, it basically makes your float and your bulk charge the same. Right, there's pretty much no. So I've got it set to 27.8. So you can see float and bulk are 27.8. okay, and I've tested it a bunch of times, and it hasn't. I haven't got the number 8 fault anymore. So first I experimented with 27, then I had at 27.5. At 27 volts it stops, and it's about see, it says 77 right now. At I think it's like almost 50% is at 27 volts. So I said, let's see how high we can go. I got it to 27.5. 27.5 is around 75. So it's gonna hit 27.8 right now, and we're getting close to 80% state of charge for the battery packs. All right, the two packs that are in parallel. Okay, sorry, there's like food here. I was cooking here last night. So yeah, so you can see here it switches between solar and lithium ion right here. So I'm using use 2, and the setting for the bulk and the float is 27.8. So it just hit 27.8 just now, so it should stop charging soon, like real soon. There's a lot of power coming in right now. There's 54 amps coming in right now, so it'll stop soon. Let's see if we can catch it, and hopefully it won't shut down. All right, but it says 27.8. I've been running it like this for a while now. I let it consecutive days. I let it fully charge. I know it kind of sucks because you're not using that solar power, but I let it charge to the max, and so it does what it's supposed to do. This charge light is supposed to become full green. All right, it becomes full green, and then it stops charging at all. So you'll probably hear the fans ramp down, or like just turn off soon. Maybe when it gets to 27.9 it'll stop. We'll just kind of watch it. So right now we're at 27.4. This is about like 0.4 of a volt off. Yeah, 0.4 of a volt off. It's kind of not good, but if I can get it to charge to 80% is fine. Yeah, it's pretty close to 80% right now. So I think it's going to shut off soon. We'll just watch it. I'll speed the video up, and then we'll see what happens. Actually, let's check how much power is coming in right now. So we got 53 amps coming into the battery, and we're got 1.7 kilowatts. It's about 2, maybe 3 o'clock right now, so that's when we're going to start to see the power go down, is what I'm going to say. I just touched this, man. Why is it? So now the battery's at 27.8. It should shut off soon. It should stop charging soon. Alright. But yeah, we've got about 1.5 kilowatt coming in. Still a lot of power coming in. Oh, I just heard a click. There we go. Okay, so you see that? It went full green, and it's not charging anymore. The battery's at 27.2 volts when it's settled. I could probably try to push it more, but I think this is fine. So what I've noticed throughout the day, what it does is it when the voltage gets low, or when the solar power gets lower, the voltage will get lower and it'll start charging, right? So basically it's just going to cycle on and off charging, right? It's going to try to maintain that voltage, all right? But the important thing, I mean, I wish it would charge all the way. I wish it would charge 100%. I feel like we're kind of wasting all the power in the battery, but it's okay. If we charge to about 80%, we're at like 78% right now. It's fine with me. It'll longer life for the battery, basically, you know. And I've been charging my RAV4 with it almost every day, so it's doing a good job charging my plug-in hybrid. So it's fully charged right now, so I can't charge it anymore. So I gotta go out and drive it if I want. All right, see, there you go, the fan kicked down. So it's settled down at 26.9. All right, yeah, 26.9. So, and then like if we use any heavy loads, yeah. So right now, what it's doing is it can power. Actually, it's powering the loads from the battery. So what it's trying to do is drain the battery enough where like it's going to charge again. So, and it's just going to do that throughout the day. It's just going to shut off, charge again, shut off, charge again until like there's no more sunlight. So it'll keep it kind of topped off until the sun comes down. So yeah, I figured it out. You know, that was my biggest gripe about this inverter, is like, yeah, man, it gives me that fault message, and then it shuts the inverter down, and then the power to my garage goes down. And well, my internet is hooked up to this, my router is hooked up to it, and my refrigerator is hooked up to it. If it goes down for several days, the food is going to spoil in my refrigerator. So I've almost had that happen, you know. So but now I can rest assured that, like, yeah, this thing will stay running if I'm not home, you know, even if it's fully charged. Okay, HadesOmega is thinking, I don't have any money, man, right now, but I'm thinking of getting another inverter since I've got this thing to run pretty good. I want to get another inverter. We're going to put it right here, and then we're going to do a what's that called? Split phase. We're going to do a split phase 240 and a 120 volt split phase. And then we can power the dryer with it. Basically, we could power the dryer with it, and I can charge my RAV4 Prime a little faster. Oh, okay, twice as fast. Okay, but I honestly don't really care about charging it fast. I don't mind using 120 volts to charge it. It just takes a long time. But it would be nice if I'm in a hurry. You know, I could make. My plan is to make a 240 volt outlet here, but with this plug, and then we're gonna do 240 volts, and then if I want to do a 240 volt charge, all I have to do is move this to 240 volt socket. But I have to label it 240 volts only, or else whatever you plug in there will blow up, you know, if it can't handle it. But this can actually handle dual voltages, all right? But the plug is this plug, so maybe I can add an extension cord to it or something. I don't know. Or maybe, yeah, I can put another one, like maybe right here. Put a plug right here. Just put 240 only. Then I'll have to take this off. So yeah, that's the plan. If I can do it, that would be the next plan, is to add another inverter, do the split phase, and then we'll have to run power all the way over there to where the dryer is to get our 240 volts when this doesn't have enough power in the batteries anymore, or solar power. And then yeah, then we can run the dryer. So and that'll be a load off of the electricity bill, so to say. All right, but it's gonna cost. What I calculated, it's gonna cost around like $200 in wiring and stuff, because I gotta do another I gotta do 240 volt wiring going there, and another wire going back here. So there's gonna be another outlet there that the dryer's gonna be plugged into, and then I'm gonna be drawing power from the house outlet over there. The good thing is that's a pretty powerful outlet, so we'll have a lot of power. The problem is, like, I don't think these batteries can handle that much power. We'll run out of power basically if we run too much stuff at the same time. So basically no charging and using the dryer at the same time, and I know that. I know not to do that. So and then yeah, we'll have a lot more power. There will be a split phase, so we can actually draw a lot more power from the garage, because like on each leg will be 120 volts. So basically what you'll be doing is rotating for the 120 volt circuits. Like, let's say this one will run this, and then the second one will run the other inverter, and then the third one will run this one, and the fourth breaker will run the other inverter. So they'll kind of take turns. Also, another thing I want to do is add another home run. All right, I wanted to add another home run for one of the solar panels. Okay, so right now we're peaking. All right, we've hit the limit of the inverter. The inverter is like 2,000 watts, and we're pulling in like 2.5 kilowatts in at a time. So we're actually getting more power than what the controller can handle. So we're losing like 500 watts is what I'm gonna say. So to prevent that from happening, my thought is my most powerful solar panels are the CSUN solar panels. They're like almost like 400 watts each. Is to just have one dedicated wire going inside. I don't think we need to add any more solar panels. I think we're fine, but I could add more solar panels. We'll run another wire coming in here, just coming off the CSUN panels, and then we'll just wire these two in parallel. All right, and we'll hook those up to the old inverter. All right, the one that's right here already. Okay, so we'll have those two solar panels hooked up to this, and then we'll have another wire coming in, and that'll be plugged into the other inverter here. And then so we'll be using two inverters, all right, two charge controllers to charge the two batteries in parallel. It'll be awesome, guys. It'll be awesome. All right, so basically we'll have one going here, and then we'll have one going over here, and then that's weird, it's charging again. And then yeah, so you can see it's charging. So like I said, when the voltage drops a little bit, it starts charging again. Okay, so it just kind of does that. It stops charging and it charges again. It's gonna keep floating around. It's gonna keep floating around there. All right. Yeah. So and then this will be connected here. Then there'll be another positive going here, and then another negative going right here. All right, to this. So and then yeah, and then we'll be charging this at 2.5 kilowatts. All right, I think it can handle that, right? So that's the plan. Anyway, that's an update on the Growatt inverter. Those are the settings I use. All right, I use used to, and I use for I think setting 7, 18, and 19. I think it was. Whatever the bulk and the float settings are, I use 27.8, and it stops without giving me that fault. All right, that annoying fault, and it's been behaving itself, so I've been pretty happy with it. I'm just gonna keep it like that. All right, so it'll charge to about 80%, and then it'll just stop. So that's yeah, and it'll just stop, and that's fine with me if we don't charge it all the way. But if I want to maximize how much power we have in the daytime, is to use a lot of loads. All right, use this. Basically, this is like a third battery. Okay, guys. Yeah, so it's kind of like I have this battery, and this battery, and then the battery that's inside there. You know, and I'm using that to store. You know, I'm using it to drive also. So pretty cool. I'm really happy with how this setup is working. Yeah, so if I can get some more money this year, we'll try the second inverter, and then we'll do another second home run. I think that'll be good enough. We could add more solar panels. There's enough room to add maybe like 3, maybe 6 more up there, but I think that we've got like a lot of power, a lot of power. We'll see how much our power consumption is when, you know, when we're powering the dryer, because that dryer eats up a lot of power, man. So. Okay, so yeah, so that's a little April 2023 update, and like how I got this thing to run properly. All right, like I said, it's always been giving me problems with that error, and then I finally found the setting, you know, or the voltage that it's happy with. All right, so if you go, I know when you go to like 28 volts, it doesn't like it. So I'm just going to keep it at 27.8, and it stays happy. It doesn't shut off. So good stuff. All right. Thanks for watching. HadesOmega will just shut off again.